I found myself standing next to a guy in a pink Lacoste shirt one night, which shows you about Wally, who is an extremely handsome and extremely famous actor who was not overtly gay. I mean, known to be gay. But there he was, standing right next to me, bought me a drink, and we talked. And that kind of stuff happened. Although I never saw anybody else in a pink Lacoste shirt except for this guy, and he was extremely hot and extremely well-known actor. So I could see Wally just going, "Wow." But and Wally was wonderful because he ran the place in a very. He was like kind of like dad, to everybody in a strange way. And he ended up, I had the number one membership at the mine shaft because they issued cards in the beginning. And so I literally had the number one membership. So I went from being, I don't think so, to being queen of the roost. And I was treated so well by him and by everybody in that scene. And Robert Mapplethorpe used to go there all the time. We would hang out and talk there. Um, there's at the time. Oh, I'm not going to mention names of people that hung out there because it's really not my place to. But it was if you were gay and famous, you probably were there. They did not like looky-loos, so there weren't, just because you were famous, you didn't get in so you could walk around and gape at people. Because part of running that type of a club was that people felt comfortable being totally, letting it all hang out, so to speak. I mean, I remember one night I was with a couple of friends and I had to use the bathroom. And, of course, there was no ladies' room. And as a kid, I taught myself to do it standing up because I had brothers. I didn't know that girls could, that there was such a thing. So I remember being my friend went in with me just in case, and these two guys are going at it. One sitting on the other one's lap on the toilet, and all of a sudden, this one guy's this hand comes out and goes like this, like it was hilarious because there were other people in there too. This hand comes out and he goes to see what I've got, right, and it's like what? And everybody in the place just started cracking up, including me. The first thing he did was he grabbed my ass and that feels good. and then goes around the other side and is like, what? I mean, he wasn't touching me or anything, but there should have been something there if he wasn't. And I mean, if I was a guy, and so it's just a funny thing because there's that kind of trust there. It's just funny. Wally used to run contests and so on, and like one time he had a tattoo contest, and this is before lots of people were getting tattoos. It was still a pretty exotic thing to do, and so and I was up against real tattoo artists, and they gave us these guys with beautiful bodies. I mean, the guy that I had was built like had a really nice swimmer's body, narrow hips, nice fan-shaped back, and just enough definition and stuff. Not all muscle bound and so on, but just a nice amount. And I painted because they gave us body paints to do it with. It was not actual tattooing. And so I painted this guy kind of sort of Japanese style, like the Japanese style tattoos are done with black outline, the color filled in. And I covered his whole upper body and arms with different figures doing things. So like if he moved his arms or moved any of his muscles, they would all be involved in different erotic acts. It was very successful. And for years I had a video of it, I was really proud of it because it came out so well. We haven't really talked all that much about the CBGB part. We touched on it. But when I was with my first band, Leather Secrets, And then I was with the Holy Modal Rounders, and I guested with different people, including a country western band, like a progressive country western goth band. It was sort of, um, and so because I've have very eclectic musical tastes and so on. So I like singing different kinds of music. We cultivated CBGB's and then the Club 82, which was around the corner, and had always been a heavy duty drag bar, you know, in the old parlance. And it was run by two extremely butch, lovely women, Tommy and Billy. And the big truck driving looking. They look like truck drivers, period. And they were really great. And I was the first now to use a new term, and I hate all the terms that they have for everybody because I'm very anti pronoun. So I was the first cis female on stage there. Things happened really fast because David Bowie came to that, and he came backstage, and the next thing, the first publicity I ever got was like the third performance we did, and that was at the Club 82, and he was interviewed in Florida 2 days later. He said, "Oh, he's just in New York," and I said, these great new bands, and he says, and they have great names, and they mentioned my band, Leather Secrets, and Television. And Television actually asked to be on a bill with us at CBGB's because we had good following. And at the time, Patty was going out with Tom Verlaine. She was not happy because it was once again, oh no, you know. And she she'd been doing poetry readings and stuff, and she was. We kind of, I guess, they were doing. There's kind of musical aspects happening at the same time. And I thought all of the groups at CBGB's do their first performances, from the Ramones to Debbie Harry, because she had a girl group first, and Blondie, and Patty and Debbie and I were the only females fronting bands at the time. Things started off really fast with that whole scene because it just, that year it just went kaboom. And, I was there for everybody doing things. And Lou Reed started, checking out CBGB's. And it was much to his kind of surprise that he was being considered the grandfather of something. Because he wanted to be current, I think. And so it was like kind of a mixed thing for him, where it's sort of like, I'm not ready to be the grand old patriarch yet, but he basically was in a strange way, and everybody thought he was the big deal. I guess had seen me a couple of times at CBGB's, and he came up to me at a performance that I did, because I did different kinds of performances. I did straight band performances, and I also did performances where I would have a stage set, and I would the one that he came up to see me at was one that I did my drag persona. I had a drag persona called Jack Savage, which I started one night with some of my leather friends, and I did it as a joke.